School to Mataram, and today I will deliver a speech titled Indonesia's Education in the Future from my side as a junior high school student. What is it? Let's talk about it. What is the meaning of education? Education is a learning process carried out by both formally and informally, which aims to educate, provide knowledge, and develop the potential that exists within every human being, then realize the learning process better. Is education important? Of course. We need education to overcome everyone, and it's a big chance that we need it in our life. Education is important in our life. Education, which includes three things, namely informal, formal, and non-formal, which has been formed starting from the basics, like being taught by father and mother, which is informal, then going to school, which is formal, and the school period is usually filled with extra activities such as dancing and singing, which is non-formal. If we like talent, just add formal education plus non-formal in basic terms of informal. So, our development, mind and soul can be fulfilled. Mind from formal education and soul from non-formal and informal. For example, music. Yay! Listening to music. It relaxes our mind, makes us calm. So, these three things are very related. If it goes well, we will get a good mind and good attitude. There are some input from me, which I would imagine now as a junior high school student. First of all, we need to know what's going on in our area to make a better future. As a teenager, I want to change today's generation to make a brighter future. Sometimes, the daily news reports something about a student being stressed because of too much homework, or maybe no discussion, which can make us lonely. If one day I become a mother, I don't want my kid to be lonely, stressed, having no support system, and all that horrifying stuff. You wouldn't want that too, right? That's why I'm here to share my opinion on what we can change to make our country's education a much better and brighter future, especially Indonesia. Theories is a lot. We have to memorize them, we have to write them, answer questions according to the theory. Sounds like a lot to me, especially when there's a new theory every month. How about we try practice? Like half theory and half practice. For example, once we learn on how to make a bamboo, we can practice on making one. We get to know how to make it from scratch, plus we have it with friends. Now that sounds good to me. To keep the students active, we must have question and answers, also discussions. Why? Sometimes students can get bored because the teacher was asking questions to only who raised their hands. Other students maybe don't know the answer or just don't know what to say. Here's how this works. We separate the students to groups, give them each one group, one question that's related to the lesson. Have them discuss and exchange opinions to each other. Then, one person deliver the answer. At this point, they all think hard enough to spill their opinions to each other. I think it's okay to Google something to know about general knowledge, even though it's not related to the. As long as it's positive, it's okay. From this, they will have broader insight and a great view of the world at such a young age. Wow! All of that just from our own determination and a little help of Google, we know the other side of the world. I'm sure this will make a huge change to our people. Now, we know how to make a better future for Asia's education, or maybe other countries too. I know the internet is a big place to be, but when we're searching, we have to be wise and careful. We don't want negative things in our brains. We want a helpful, positive, right to our minds. Also, books. Books are the key for our brain to develop, if it's expensive. But also, real for school, I recommend you to buy it, as long as we have the payment. Only one expensive book that has so many information about our lessons at school or just general knowledge can make a huge impact on us. That's why books are the windows of knowledge. Even though it doesn't have much information like the internet, also be helpful. For example, there's no internet at some place. We can replace it with books. So, books are still very helpful. With the ABM test, purpose is to know our big strengths. ABM test is assessment for talent to know what our talent exactly is and how to develop it. For instance, how to pass the IELTS test to know our English talent. ABM test at school can help us to not use like I did before, so I think it's good, it's great. Out of all the ideas I convey as a student, one thing I want to emphasize is education in the family. There's a lot of news about bullying. So I didn't experience it, disturbed my mind. And I think that the children who experience it directly would definitely feel very disturbed. I'm concerned. A family is harmonious and respects each other will usually have a strong sense of self-confidence. I feel grateful and lucky being able to experience it, and I hope all of you do too. Hopefully, what I have said can make us students who excel are mentally strong and physically healthy. There is no excessive stress because there is a holiday break that is truly off without homework, assignments, and extra activities. Collaboration of the three education can make me, you, us have a development in our mind and attitude, and we're still learning until today. Finally, I hope that with the balance of the three periods of educations above, we can bring development to our mind and body as students, and in the future, we can become young people, teenagers who are devoted to their parents, useful for the nation and state, for society, and for us. Education means knowledge is the real in our life. So, wake up and up. So from me, thank you and see you next time.
Yeah, a big applause for Gusti, Anggraini. Thank you so much for the
Terima kasih, Din.
great